energy update for February. Lately there's been a kind of smoothing over type energy. They're showing me now it's like spreading peanut butter on bread. And they're showing me it's a kind of thick peanut butter with some little lumps in it, like the crunchy version, but not too many, just a few. So we're smooth, so the energy is smoothing out, just like you smooth out and roll over a strip of grass onto the ground, right? Or a roll of carpet. Just like you spread butter or peanut butter on bread, things are smoothing out and we're rolling it over. They're careful to say that doesn't mean hide things under the carpet, right? And we don't want to smooth over and pretend that lumps are not there. It's just referencing the little lumps, the little crunchy bits, or the little bits of dust under the carpet are those little bits that we still have to work through and resolve and process as we roll things out and smooth over. I've been doing energy updates for a really long time now, about a decade or so, and I've never had before a message of smoothing out. And it came to me about a week ago, and it's been repeated again today. So it's very interesting. There's a kind of silence, like a deafening kind of silence, but in that silence, there's so much happening internally, so much reflection and processing. So really take your time in February, but also just this year in general, which is a deeply internal spiritual year, where as light comes in, it infiltrates our body system, body, mind and soul, physical, energetic, all of the above. And we process and line, and they're showing and realign again. But it's more of a gentle process. It's not so forced. There is no perfect here. It doesn't mean there won't be up and down times and all the rest of it and more intense periods. Sure, I'm sure that's all coming up this year. However, the message here in this call is to really embed the energy into your consciousness, embed the light codes, embed the that feeling of inner reflection and groundedness within you. So there's a strong message of embedding. And think about what that means. Embedding is like an imprint. It's an embodying. It's a becoming, and it's a integration process. And it's very much like solidifying energy within you, solidifying new thoughts and ideas within you, solidifying what is right and pure and good within you. That is the focus. So allow yourself to align and realign. And with that, they say that there's been a lot of feelings of not wanting to do things a certain way anymore, not wanting to be a certain way anymore, not wanting whatever that might be, a job or an aspect of a job or aspect of your life, or whether that's something within your home or out of it, within yourself, within your soul, people that you know, are wanting to do things differently, are wanting to escape from the matrix, so to speak. But whatever that matrix represents for you, whether that's the outer world and the grasp and hold of all those control systems, or whether they're all or a bunch of other matrices within that, or within your personal life, or within your own mind. So for those of you, anxiety comes up now. Those of you who have anxiety, whether it's just from time to time or quite chronic, there's a sense of grasping onto something new, becoming a new version of you, where you're allowing those old thought forms to disintegrate because they've been with you for far too long, or you've been controlled or overridden, like another operating system is in place rather than your own soul. So allow that to sink into your consciousness. Other operating systems have been in place rather than your own soul. There's something really deep and resonating with that. A great thing to do during this time period is just to sit and be. Also, just listening to birds, being out in nature, even if it's just 5 minutes outside, it doesn't matter. listening to the voice within, and it might not speak to you in so many words or be so clear, just like guides and angels don't say full sentences and paragraphs with their guidance. But it's a deep internal knowing, and it's sitting within it and sinking into it and allowing it to speak to you in its own time, in whatever way, shape or form. Not always in words, sometimes in feelings, images, ideas, and sometimes it all just makes more sense later or comes later. There's no pressure in this. There's an ease, and they're saying step into that feeling of ease. So this is also really a month of taking a load off of yourself, dropping your loads and sorting, resorting, reshuffling, working through anything left overhanging. Now, this might be anything that you're currently working on, current projects. And projects can be anything from a massive business enterprise to a tiny little annoying task you have to do or phone call you have to make for insurance, right? It could be anything. Finish off and tick off those lists of those annoying tasks, or have a little process where you do 1, 2, or 3 things each day or week or whatever the case may be for you. And you'll feel much better for it. And you're clearing away that energy. And some of that energy is related just to the outer world, or things that are blocking you from moving forward. Or they don't necessarily have to be a massive block. They can also be just little things, like little pebbles in your shoe, right? They're showing me now, like the first message I gave you. We're rolling out, we're smoothing, but they're the little pebbles in the way, the little bits of crunchy bits, right? So really, access and do what you need to do, and look at those little crunchy bits, as annoying as they may be, and sort them out, and you'll be all the better for it. Then you can really smooth things over and ease into this new year energy. They're telling me now it is like a portal at the moment, and there's so much more energy coming in March and onwards. But March, I find, is really such a powerful month energetically. Every single year, at least for the last several years, it has been. And that is a natural occurrence. But also this March in particular, there is some kind of energy happening, and I'll feel more into that and let you know another time. So for February, just like prepare your canvas, because when the new year rolls out in January 1st, we're not necessarily completely ready and organized, right? And on that word organized, they're saying take another look at how you organize. If you're an over-organizer, or if you feel like your life is in chaos, or I'm hearing ruins, you might feel that way, even just bits of it. Pick up those pieces and reorganize, but don't look at organization in a way of that you used to. Look at it in a new way. You're smoothing things out. You're smoothing over processes. They don't need to be as intense as maybe they once were, or you don't have to be so in the box and OCD, or they show me like containers, like perfectly arranging Tupperware. Maybe this time you reprocess by throwing away some old pieces of Tupperware which you don't actually use, or that are a bit annoying, or have some loose lids or whatever, or rearranging where you put them, maybe just having 3 in your 3 rather than 17. So it's just an analogy. You take it for whatever it is for your life. But sometimes when we're overdoing things, and I think that's the key message in this, is to stop overdoing things, over-analyzing, or just to drop some things the ways of being or doing that you used to, and you'll know what's right for you. So allow that to sink into your consciousness and develop in its own way. But we're letting go of excesses and old ways of being and doing. And it can be a gentle process, a gentle letting go. A gentle, just like leaves blowing away in the breeze and settling onto the ground when they're ready. It's just a settling in. So this is very much a settling in period. They're showing me too, it's like sand in a jar, where the sand with water, and if you put the sand in, it just takes a while to filter through and settle down and sink in, and then it sinks into its groundedness, and it's embedded and embodied, and those are the key messages for this month for you. Let's see if the angels have anything else to say, any specific guidance. Trust in yourself, dear souls. trusting yourself and feeling an emotional energy. So just tune in and really feel into that emotional depth within you. You've been working so hard and so well, they say. Give yourself a pat on the back, for you do not do it enough, because there's too much criticizing, too much blame of self or others, or from other people around you to others. This is a time now to dissolve those old frequencies and become more of who you truly are. Be in alignment with your true soul, with the gifts that you have within you. Allow your gifts to open up like flowers blooming naturally in their own time, in accordance with the sun and the energies. And allow life itself to unfold to you, rather than you trying to fold up and overcreate life itself. Life happens by God or Creator Source design, not by our design necessarily. We can want of things, but allow things to process and settle like that sand in the jar. And when they fall into alignment with each other and form a kind of universal consciousness of themselves, then further messages and guidance will come through for the next steps. That's what the angels have to say. That's directly channeled. And hopefully you'll feel that energy and that intention in the words, and maybe re-listen to it again, and something new might come of it for yourself. God bless. Have a beautiful month. Talk soon.